Brahms' Secret Love Song, take 3. Mark.
Let me tell you a secret. This famous lullaby isn't really a lullaby at all. It's a secret love song. It was written by the great composer Johannes Brahms in 1868. A gift for an old flame, a woman who still owned his heart. But before I tell you any more about that, I think we better go back to the beginning. Because Brahms was always a little bit confused when it came to love. His first job was playing in a brothel. That's right, a whorehouse. He was 12 years old. But that didn't stop the hookers from sitting him on their laps, putting on a bit of a show to try to drum up business. But meanwhile, back at home, Brahms' dad was a poor bass player, stuck in a sexless marriage with Brahms' mother. Any kind of romance was drastically scarce. So Brahms never saw anything between those two extremes. Women to him were always either prostitutes or unattainable mother figures. It was a classic Madonna horror complex, and it stuck with him for the rest of his life. But things weren't all bad. By the time he was 25 years old, Johannes Brahms was a rising star in the music world. And then something wonderful happened. He fell in love. The last thing missing in his life. Her name was Petre, and she sang in the choir he conducted. They would take long afternoon walks together, holding hands and going through the park. And as they went, she would sing to him this sweet little love song. La, 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 la. The song became a symbol of their love. And make no mistake, Brahms was passionately in love with Petre. But all that stuff about the hookers when he was 12 and his parents' frigid marriage, it screwed him up. He couldn't trust his own feelings. He couldn't begin to commit. And so, even though it broke his heart, in the end, he broke up with Petre. But if his love life was dead, his career was soaring. In a very short time, Johannes Brahms became recognized as one of the greatest composers in Western civilization history. But he still hadn't found love. And then, one day, 10 years later, he looked out onto Vienna's winter streets, and there she was, Petre. But she wasn't alone. She had married a wealthy industrialist. They had a child and another on the way, and seeing her again triggered a flood of emotions in Brahms. Feelings of longing and loss that had nowhere to go except where he always put them, right into his music. And that's why, in 1868, Johannes Brahms wrote the world's most famous lullaby. It was a gift to Petre on the birth of her second child. But here's the secret. If you listen closely, between the notes of the lullaby, you can hear the song that Petre used to sing to him on their walks. There, you hear it? He told her that any time she sang to her baby, he would be singing to her through the music. Singing of a love he'd felt his entire life, but could never make his own. Oh, and by the way, the baby was a boy, and Petre named him Johannes.